Hello again and welcome back. Thanks for joining me via video once again. Okay, we're going to talk about equivalent fractions today. So on the board I've listed 4 fractions that are equivalent. So in the last video we talked a little bit about what that word equivalent means. It means that fractions may look different, but they may be the same in value, the same in size. So I've got 4 fractions listed here that are all equal to each other, and all 4 of them look very, very different. 1/2, 2/4, 3/6, 4/8. All 4 of these look different, but they are all very much the same in size or the same in value. So to demonstrate that a little bit further, I'm going to show you that. So in my hand, I have 4 different fraction bars that also represent the 4 different fractions on the board. So the first fraction is 1/2. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fraction bar, I'm going to break it in half. Now, as you can see, I've got 2 different pieces, just like my denominator says. The denominator tells me how many pieces do I have. The numerator tells me how many of those I'm going to keep or how many I'm going to give away. So I've got half of my bar in one hand, half of the bar in the other. So I'm going to put that one away because all that I need right now is the 1/2. Okay, our next fraction, 2/4. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Remember, that denominator tells me how many I have in all. The numerator tells me how many I'm going to keep or how many I'm going to give away. So here is my 4th fraction bar. Now I know this right now, this is all of them. So that means there should be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there's 4 in all, just like my denominator says. The numerator tells me how many to keep or how many to give away. So 2 of them. So I've got 2 here, 2 there, half in this hand, half in that hand. I only need 1/2. I don't need both halves. So I'm going to put those 2 away. Now the one thing I want to show you really quickly is when I put these 2/4 back together again, and I compare it to the 1/2, they are exactly the same size. This is 2 of the 4/4 that I used to have. This is 1 of the 2/2 that I used to have. 1/2, 2/4, equivalent. Okay? So then our next fraction was 3/6. So I'm going to get my other fraction bar here. So this is everything put together. This is like one whole candy bar. So I want you to imagine that. There are 6 pieces to my candy bar. I'm going to break them apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just like my denominator told me I should have 6 total, I've got 6 pieces total. That numerator tells me how many of those I need to keep or give away, depending on the problem. So I'm going to keep 1, 2, 3 of those 6. I'm going to put the others away because, again, I only need 1/2. I need something that's going to look just like 1/2. So I'm going to put my 3 of my 6 back together. I'm going to compare it to my 2/4. It's equivalent, same size. I'm going to compare it to my 1/2. It's equivalent, same size. All right, so let's put these away. We've got one more fraction, looks like up here. Okay, we've got 4/8. 8 pieces in total, so we're going to count those and make sure that those are 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there's 8 total, which is my denominator. 4 pieces is what I need. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 in this hand, 4 in that hand. Half in this hand, half in that hand. So I'm going to put those 4 away because I only need half. Put those back together. Here's 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, and 4/8. So we're going to compare those to my 3/6, which that one, there it is. 3/6, equivalent. 2/4, that one failed, but I got it. Equivalent. And last one was 1/2. and I got it. So all four of these look very, very different, as do my fraction bars, but they are the same in size. They are equivalent. So the next thing I'd like for you to do is take a minute to look at all four fractions that look very different. There should be some patterns, some similarities, some things that you see that are the same, or a pattern of something that's happening every single time between every single fraction. For example, I can walk right across these and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So every time I made a fraction, an equivalent fraction, it increased by 1. Let's look at the denominators. 2, 4, 6, 8. It seems like they're getting larger as well, but by how many? So the fractions that I've made, it looks like they're getting larger by 2. So if I really wanted to, without using any fraction bars or any pictures or anything, I really could make the next equivalent fraction that would come next in my pattern, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Next would come 5, and I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, and we've already agreed that all of the denominators are getting larger by 2. So my next number that would come in this sequence would be 10. And no marker. I'm going to find a marker, be right back, and write that down for you. Okay, got a marker. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. We could also keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's right, 6. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. So there we go. We've made some additional equivalent fractions. We're going to practice this much, much more in class. But watch this video as many times as you need to become familiar with equivalent fractions, making equivalent fractions, what that denominator means, what that numerator means, and we'll practice it more in class. But until then, see you later.